Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down what's going in the cosmos and how these planetary influences are affecting us and what we can do on a preventative health aspect. And to say the least, there's a lot going on. I feel like I say that a lot, but this month in particular, November, it's weird saying November, you guys. It is November of 2019. Just let that sink in for a second. It is November. Not a lot, as in there's a lot going on. There's just, it affects major body systems. So it's important for us to take into consideration preventative measures that we can take so we don't have these unnecessary, well, I wouldn't say unnecessary, but conditions that we could potentially avoid. So without further ado, oh, and this video is a little bit different. So instead of us conversing like this and me just spieling what's going on and analyzing it for you guys, I decided to do it via artistic expression. Now, I am no artist, but I figured that I would draw out what's going on or what I see in my head and project that into a visual format so you guys can see how things are brought down. Yeah, or at least try to express it in that way. All right, so let's get down to this breakdown. Before we dive into the major body systems, let's take a look at the brain. So the brain has these lobes, right? And they're subdivided into 4 different lobes. We have the occipital lobe, the parietal, the frontal, and the temporal lobe, which all work together to do amazing things. Specifically, the occipital lobe, it's responsible for our depth perception and visual analysis, as this is where the images are reflected into the brain so we can process them. It's also responsible for color analysis as well as movement and working with the motor senses within the body. Now, looking at the planets for the month of November, there's a lot of correlation between Neptune and general water signs, which correlates to sensitivity, particularly in regards to pollutants and chemicals. Now, going back to the water signs, we have the Cancer sign, the Scorpio, and the Piscean sign. Now, we're going to highlight the Piscean because there's a lot of it reflected in the month of November, particularly in regards to Venus in Sagittarius and Mercury in Scorpio. And that's because Pisces governs not only the feet, but the lymphatic system, which lies behind the circulatory system. So the lymphatic system is responsible for filtering out toxins, as well as modulating the immune system. Now, going back to the occipital lobe, is also responsible for producing certain hormones such as serotonin and 5-HTP, which regulate mood. Now, this is very important because with the Mercury and Scorpio aspect, this tends to ignite the mental activity. So this can make someone more prone to anxiety and anxious thoughts and depression. And in regards to the Venus affliction, there's tendencies for congestion all over the lymphatic system, really, but more so concentrated in the kidney area. That was the physical aspect of the medical astrology reading. And I wanted to emphasize further on the occipital lobe. Now, and I've been getting information about this specific area of the body for the majority of this year now, which is kind of significant. Now, the occipital lobe is located right at the base of the skull, right? And in this area actually lies a chakra. So, of course, we have these 7 chakras, and then there are others that transcend the physical body. Now, within the occipital lobe area is the 8th chakra, which is also called the star chakra, the soul star chakra, which there are different teachings as to what this chakra does and what it represents, but the general consensus is that this is where the soul resides, more specifically where our physical body transcends into the ethereal, the spiritual body, our self, our spiritual self. So having this knowledge and knowing that this area of the body is also emphasized in addition to the lymphatic system, and the mind as well. There's been a lot of emphasis in protecting and shielding oneself, especially in regards to the mind. And you can do this through the body, of course. The lymphatic system is a great way to start. There are also teachings in regards to the lymphatic system, as this is where the ethereal flow of the body runs through. So this correlation, you guys, it's very interesting. So, and this can be done through stimulating the lymphatic system. There are different exercises you can do. Certain herbs such as burdock, red clover, and there are others, Irish moss as well, that nourish and stimulate the lymphatic system. So knowing this, these are a few things that you guys can do, and I'll post in the notes below. I'll go further into herbs in addition to the ones I just mentioned, and how you can utilize them within your life to help in regards to this aspect. And if you're, I might post this later. People have been asking me about how to do a shielding meditation and protection. It's really simple, and I might delve into it in another video. But for you to start now, I'll just say to ask your guides, because it's different for every person. Every person has different needs at different times of their lives, so it all varies. So by asking your higher self and your guides, you can get a more clear vision as to what would work best for you at the time that you're in right now. So yeah, that concludes. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I missed. Yeah. So that concludes this medical astrology reading for the month of November. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you can get notifications for the next medical astrology reading for December, which is going to be a hot one. I'm anticipating because we have the eclipse going on. Yes, and I'll be having other goodies, other videos coming out this month as well. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and I will check you in the next one. Bye for now.